Here, I introduce about case study of VOCs observation using Canister GC method in Japan. Since a case study in Japan would be somewhat of a big topic, I would like to introduce a case study in Saitama Prefecture, where we usually conduct our research and studies. First, I'd like to mention what volatile organic compounds VOCs are. VOCs is a general term for organic compounds that easily volatilize into the atmosphere at normal temperature and pressure. Typical VOCs include toluene, xylene, ethyl acetate, and benzene, and more than several hundred other compounds. And VOCs, which are highly volatile and lipophilic, are widely used as solvents, thinners, for paints and adhesives, and as cleaning agents, and so on. So, they are emitted into the atmosphere in a variety of situations such as painting, construction work, printing, degreasing, cleaning, and vehicle refueling. Issues that emitted VOCs cause to the atmospheric environment are presented here. First, some VOCs have a specific odor and their improper use can cause complaints. Second, few VOCs have acute toxicity, but some VOCs may be harmful to human health due to long-term exposure, even at low concentrations. Third, VOCs include potential sources of particulate pollutants and photochemical oxidants. Various studies and monitoring are being conducted to contribute to the resolution of the two main issues listed below. From here, we would like to focus on the observation of VOCs that contribute to the formation of photochemical oxidant and introduce the application of the Canister GC method. Photochemical oxidants are the causative substances of the phenomenon known as photochemical smoke. In Japan, environmental standards have been established for photochemical oxidants. Since most of the oxidants consist of ozone, you can consider them synonymous with ozone from this point onward. Next, photochemical smoke is a phenomenon in which nitrogen oxide, NOx, and VOCs emitted from vehicles and factories undergo chemical reactions due to sunlight, producing secondary photochemical oxidants. This process increases harmful substances in the air, making the sky appear hazy or white. It is commonly observed on sunny summer days and can have negative effect on health. A map of Saitama Prefecture, our main research field, is shown. As shown in the enlarged map below right, Saitama Prefecture is located to the north of Tokyo, the capital of Japan. Additionally, there are large industrial zones in the coastal areas of Chiba Prefecture to the east and Kanagawa Prefecture to the south, across from Tokyo. In Saitama Prefecture, The geographic conditions and summer weather factors are conducive to an increase in photochemical oxidant concentration during the summer. During the daytime in summer, prevailing sea breezes from the south blow inland. The NOx and VOCs, which are precursors to photochemical oxidants emitted from the metropolitan area around Tokyo Bay, undergo photochemical reactions as they travel inland with this wind, transforming into photochemical oxidants and increasing their concentration while passing through Saitama Prefecture. To prevent health issues, advisory alerts are issued when high concentrations of photochemical oxidants are expected to persist. In fact, Saitama Prefecture consistently has one of the highest numbers of such alerts issued in Japan. To understand the VOC components that contribute to the formation of photochemical oxidants, we collect and analyze samples once a month during the warm season, from May to September, at four locations in the prefecture: Yori, Konosu, Sate, and Toda, during the day from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and at night from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. when the concentration of photochemical oxidants is likely to increase. For sampling, the canister sampling method was applied for box collection, and the solid phase trapping method was used for aldehydes and ketones. As previously mentioned, sampling was carried out separately for daytime and nighttime using a timer-based approach. For the analysis of low boiling point box, such as ethene, propane, ethylene, acetylene, and propylene, the GCFID method was used. For the other box with the highest number of analyzed components, the Canister GC method was applied. The analysis of formaldehyde and acetaldehyde was conducted using the HPLC-DAD method, while the LC tandem MS method was used for other aldehydes and ketones. Various analytical methods are employed depending on the types of compounds being analyzed. Therefore, the principles, procedures, and conditions related to each analytical technique will not be explained here. The compounds analyzed in the survey are as follows: 27 types of saturated hydrocarbons, alkanes, and 10 types of unsaturated hydrocarbons, alkanes. 15 types of aromatic hydrocarbons, and 22 types of halogenated compounds. Additionally, including 11 types of freons, 8 types of aldehydes, 3 types of ketones, and one other type, a total of 97 compounds were analyzed. The bar graphs show the annual trends from 2010 to 2021 in the average total concentration of the VOCs analyzed in the survey by location. The orange bars on the left represent daytime VOCs concentrations, while the light blue bars on the right represent nighttime VOCs concentrations. In Toda, which is close to Tokyo, the total VOCs concentration has been showing a decreasing trend, and a similar trend was observed in the slightly more inland cities of Konosu and Sate. This trend is consistent with the estimated trends in VOC emissions, suggesting that the effects of emission reductions are being reflected. On the other hand, in Yori, located in the suburban area, the total box concentration has remained almost stable. It is presumed that this is due to the lack of anthropogenic sources in the surrounding area, resulting in minimal influence. Ozone formation potential varies depending on the specific VOC components. As shown in the schematic, highly reactive components indicated in red can produce a significant amount of ozone even at low concentrations, whereas less active components indicated in blue produce only a small amount of ozone even at higher concentrations. Typically, indicators of the contribution of VOCs to ozone formation include the reaction rate constant with hydroxyl radicals and maximum incremental reactivity MIR. However, to evaluate the overall photochemical reactivity without limiting it to reactions with hydroxyl radicals, we used MIR. MIR is defined as the maximum amount of ozone that a unit quantity of each VOC component can produce in the atmosphere. Ozone formation potential was assessed by multiplying this MIR by the concentration of each VOC component. Since most components for which MIR has not been calculated are low reactivity compounds like freons, their contribution to ozone formation is considered negligible, and thus MIR was assumed to be zero in these calculations. An example of MIR is shown on this slide. The bar graphs show the annual trend from 2010 to 2021 in ozone formation potential of VOCs calculated by multiplying the concentration of each VOC component by its MIR at each location. The red bars on the left represent daytime ozone formation potential, and the dark blue bars on the right represent nighttime ozone formation potential. The following trends were suggested from these graphs. In Toda, cases where daytime ozone formation potential exceeded 200 micrograms per cubic meter were frequent until around 2016. But in recent years, the levels have been roughly the same as in Konos and Sate. Additionally, in recent years, there have been many instances where nighttime ozone formation potential is higher. On the other hand, Yori has shown little fluctuation, with levels hovering around 150 micrograms per cubic meter. The ozone formation potential in Konos and Sate has remained slightly higher than in Yori, with an increasing number of cases where the levels are higher at night in recent years. The bar graphs show the annual trend from 2010 to 2021 in the proportion of VOC components in ozone formation potential. The left graphs show data from Toda, an urban area, while the right graphs show data from Yori, a suburban area. In both cases, the upper graphs represent daytime data, and the lower graphs represent nighttime data. It is evident that the contributions of aromatic hydrocarbons, shown in gray, and aldehydes, shown in green, are significant for both Toda and Yori. Additionally, there are cases where the contributions of alkanes, shown in light blue, and alkanes, shown in orange, are comparable. These results suggest the need for measures in future ozone management strategies. To summarize the above, case study of box observation using Canister GC method are presented. This method has been applied to the analysis of a wide range of VOCs other than aldehyde, ketones, and low boiling point VOCs. This case study examines data obtained from observations at four locations in Saitama Prefecture, Toda, Konosu, Sate, and Yori, to analyze the dynamics of components contributing to ozone formation. In urban areas like Toda, Konosu, and Sate, a decreasing trend in the overall concentration of VOCs is observed, likely due to the effects of VOC emission reductions. In contrast, Yori, being a suburban area with fewer anthropogenic sources, shows limited effects. The ozone formation potential is generally higher in urban areas, Toda, Konosu, and Sate, compared with Yori. When examining the proportion of VOC components contributing to ozone formation potential, it is evident that aromatic hydrocarbons and aldehydes play a significant role, while alkanes and alkanes also show comparable contributions, indicating the need for countermeasures. Thank you for your kind attention.